So I am discussing Mary Had a Little Lamb. No, not the song, but the movie. I watched this movie 2 years ago for the first time, absolutely hated it, and then I never watched it or talked about it again. Now that I make movie reviews on this channel for a living, I think it's only fair to include this movie and show you guys how hilariously bad it is. It also has like a similar style to the other movies I've reviewed. So without further ado, let's get on with it.
Time for dinner! Going to love what we're having for dinner.
Title of the movie, you guys. Oh boy, this will be interesting. So the movie begins with people that are already captured and tied up by a woman called Mary, who looks like Miss Hooley's mother, and her son, who is called Lamb. We are introduced to this guy who gets killed by the lamb, and we never see this guy again. We don't find out who this guy is because he has no relation to the upcoming characters in this movie. This girl is able to escape and make it through the door and is struggling to open the door despite her having keys on her, and she eventually makes it out to the woods and the lamb catches up with her and kidnaps her. So I think this scene is set in the future because we go back in time before she was kidnapped. So we are introduced to this woman called Carla, who is recording a podcast for her with her work colleagues, and they are recording an episode of a case that is an unsolved mystery. Also, we get the horny couple just making out on the couch in front of everyone.
What are we talking about?
Since when is this your job? You should be sorting out the socials, not dragging random people in from the streets to shag.
Yeah, stop shagging. For those who don't live in the UK, the word shag or shagging is a British slang word that means sex or fucking. So yeah, I'll be using that joke a lot because they like to use that word a lot. We are introduced to this girl from the beginning of the movie. She is called Shelley and is a fan of Carla's Unsolved Mystery episode podcast, and she is new to the company and is helping Carla with some unsolved mystery cases. She's like helping her with the research, and she tells Carla that a guy called Pete wants to see her in the office. So she goes to see him, and Pete tells Carla that her show is basically crap. They're losing views, their social media hasn't been updated much, and the cases she's covering are really old and no one can relate to old cases anymore. So she needs to go out and find a real case, a new and interesting one that's happening now to get views. She and her crew have like 1 week to do it. Otherwise, Pete will fire her and the crew. So we're back in the future. Mary tells Shelley that she can't let her go because she'll snitch to the feds about Mary's lamb. So she keeps Shelley hostage and forces her to have a family tea party with the lamb, which Shelley obviously refuses. This pisses Mary off, so she gets the lamb to silence her. So far, this future event thing doesn't really make sense because it is not really referenced in the movie that much, and we don't get like a narrator being like, okay, so you're probably wondering how we ended up getting into this situation, so let's go from the beginning. You know what I mean? But no, this movie doesn't really do that, so they just randomly just put us a future event.
Embassy has offered a reward to anyone who can come forward with more information leading to their safe return.
Oh my god, it's Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. I'm just kidding, you guys. They look like them. Kind of. Carla, who is interested in the case, decides to tell Pete that this is the case she and her team will be working on. She explains that a lot of people have gone missing over the years and wants to keep her show going, so Pete eventually agrees. He tells her, "This better be good, Carla, otherwise you'll be stacking shelves at Tesco's." That's an actual line he says in the movie, guys. I am not even kidding. That is an actual line he says.
This better be the best thing you've ever done, or you're stacking shelves at Tesco's, capiche?
For those who don't live in the UK, Tesco is a supermarket with horrendous meal deal prices. It's kind of like Walmart for Americans. So the team prepares to head off, and the horny couple also tag along, and I wonder what they'll be doing during this trip. Can anyone guess?
Shag.
They stop in the middle of the woods and they begin their investigation to look for the fake MGK and Megan Fox in the woods and save their jobs and prevent them from working at Tesco's. I'm sorry, it just looked like Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox. That's what's so funny. So they walk into the woods, leaving their car behind to look for the couple.
I haven't had a phone signal for over an hour.
You're in the woods, of course you're not going to get signal.
My feet really hurt.
Yeah, come on, let's stop for a minute.
Yeah, and get eaten by a bear. Carla is the leader of this investigation and they've been walking for 3 hours and Carla has no clue on what she is doing. They're lost and they can't understand the map and they are freaking out.
Well, maybe we should turn around and we'll try again tomorrow.
Are you an idiot, right? Like, we literally have a week, less than a week, until we have to break this story. Okay, we can't just mess around. Like, fucking look.
No one is messing around. Everyone is tired because you've dragged them 3 hours into the woods. There's no way on earth they're walking 3 hours back into the car, especially since they're lost. Even Ray doesn't know where the fuck we are. Shelly spots a house nearby and they decide to head over it.
My team and I have retraced the missing couple of steps, which has led us to a very mysterious house in the woods. Now, let's see what lies ahead.
Well, you're the one that pointed it out.
I love how they notice that a door mysteriously opened by itself and yet nobody acknowledges it and they all go inside anyway. In fairness, Carla goes into the house first and everyone is like hesitant about it and a bit like spooked out. And they're like, I don't think this is a good idea, but that doesn't really stop them from going inside anyway. Carla and her team meet Mary and Mary asks them what brings them here. Carla lies saying that they're on their way to a concert but their car broke down. Mary agrees to let them use the phone to call a mechanic and welcomes them into her home. Mary's son is the lamb we saw at the beginning of the movie. He is 33 years old and still has a bedtime set by Mary.
So where is your son?
He's upstairs sleeping.
How old's your son?
My little lamb is 33 years old.
Mona goes to the bathroom and Mary tells her to be quiet because her 33-year-old son is asleep. Apparently he's a light sleeper and doesn't like to be disturbed. So while Mary is talking to Carla about the lamb, Mona notices like photos of Mary and the lamb together. It's some like holiday photos. Like, how the hell did he get out of the country? That's a bit questionable. Mona finishes taking a piss. Mary suddenly creeps up behind her. Like, my god, Mary.
I could create something.
Whoa. Create? Do you mean lie?
No, just embellish. We could very cleverly string the two stories together and create, a 4-part extravaganza that will get people talking, put us on the map, and then we won't fucking lose our jobs.
So, lie.
You guys aren't listening to me.
No, Carla, we are listening, but you're smoking crack at the moment.
So basically, lie about a case, exploit people's death for profit. Great idea, Carla. Also, it's funny that Mona said the word crack, considering Abby's character in the last movie review I did was a drug addict. But instead of using MGK or Megan Fox case, they're going to use Miss Hooley's mother and her 33-year-old son and exploit them instead.
They already do look bad.
But you are going to imply that they are these evil assholes who kidnap people.
Yeah, they could be. Or maybe not. I really need to talk to Mary and maybe get some info off her son.
No, this just seems wrong. Can't people just be weird without being murderous psychopaths? Alright, we could get sued. This all feels a little desperate now, and I'm really not sure about any of this anymore.
Okay, just give me tonight and a little bit of tomorrow. I just need one more interview with Mary, okay? And then, we can leave and get out of here.
Carla, you're an idiot and you're going to get your team killed, and not even in an ironic way.
Psst. Psst. Ray.
try to wake Shelley and Ray up, but they're not responding. They're probably dead. Better go and investigate on my own. Carla is also awake in the middle of the night and starts investigating Mary's house, only for Mary to be standing right there. Mona finds the lamb.
What the fuck? Oh my god, what has she done to you? Let me help you.
I mean, just look at her reaction. My god, I've been more scared of my curtains falling down than that reaction. Anyway, she gets killed. Mary and Carla talk, and Mary tells Carla that she was raped in an alleyway by a man and she became pregnant at 16, gave birth to a baby boy, but he didn't come out like a healthy infant. He came out looking like a hybrid, half human, half lamb, which has me believing that she was raped by a lamb who performed bestiality on her. What the fuck? Carla doesn't know that her son is a lamb because Mary doesn't tell her that. She just assumes that Mary has a son with a disability, but despite all of that, Mary still loves him no matter what. And Carla is very supportive to Mary and about her son. Next morning, Mary finds Mona's dead body and realizes that her son Lamb killed her. And then she's like, little lamb, where are you? Where are you, little lamb? Like, just freaking out. Everyone hears Mary freaking out. Ray and Shelley go outside wondering what's going on. Carla explains to them what Mary told her, and she wants to use it for her case by investigating Mary's son.
Ray, I really need to talk to you. Carla's losing her mind. She's been researching murders and death and stuff for this podcast for so long. She's completely lost the...
That's not true, Shelley.
Then explain her behavior, Ray.
She's stressed right now. She's worried about her job, your job, all of her jobs.
Yeah, if you don't get a story for your podcast, you'll be working at Tesco supermarket, bitch. There's nothing wrong with working at Tesco. The pay is actually decent for a minimum wage job. Shelley is a pussy. It shows, but I ain't gonna complain because weird shit is going to happen to you guys.
Fuck it. Do you want to know something? I hate my job. I just want to fish. I mean, I hope Pete fires all of us because I don't care about the ratings or the advertisers or all that bullshit. I just want to go out on a river somewhere, right? And fish.
Yeah, fishing is cool, but it is not profitable. At least Tesco supermarket is. And you know what? Who cares? I'm choosing Tesco supermarket than this shit. Shelley and Ray decide to leave, and these two have to stay until Carla and Mona come back, and they have the place to themselves. Do you know what that means, guys? They're gonna be shagging. That's all they seem to care about in this movie, shagging each other. Despite this place being creepy, and there's a good chance they'll end up getting killed. Matt goes outside because Liz doesn't want Mary's son to spy on them whilst they are shagging, so he goes to find him but finds nothing. So Matt goes upstairs to get wine, and then out comes Lamb, who kills Matt with a hammer. Liz hears this, grabs an object to defend herself, which is actually a good idea in any basic generic horror slasher movie, and she sees Matt's dead body. Liz sees the Lamb, hits him with an object and legs it, rightfully so. She struggles to get the door open but manages to escape just in time and comes across this abandoned place where Lamb eventually finds her. So Shelley and Ray find the car in the middle of the woods. I just want to point out it took them approximately 3 hours to get to Mary's house, so they apparently walked 3 hours back into the woods. Why? And it's funny how they were suddenly able to find their way back now but couldn't before. What?
Ray? Ray? Ray, look over there!
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Oh, Lamb is here. How did he track you guys down? That's questionable.
Oh my god, Ray! Ray, stop the car!
Maybe run out the car instead of trying to get the car working. Like, you know it's not going to work, so why bother? Only now you run, Shelley? Bro, look at that run. Look at that run. Like Forrest Gump. Oh, he's slowing down. He must be out of breath. Okay. Why grab a log if you have no intention of defending yourself? Just listen to the noise the axe makes when Shelley gets hit by it, which I found absolutely hilarious. Yeah, he kidnaps her, and this is how Shelley got kidnapped at the beginning of the movie. They were actually showing us a future event, and now we finally caught up to it, sort of. Mary and Carla are looking for Mary's son Lamb, an animalistic abomination who is going around killing people because fuck you.
My boy's a good boy, Carla. He just wants to do what's right for us. And for me.
Yeah, he killed 5 people. Anticlimactic. Carla wants to meet the killer Lamb whilst Mary is humming a nursery rhyme, and Carla looks at the photos and finds out who Mary's son looks like, which is that. Carla runs off and Lamb kidnaps her while she shouts, "No, please don't kidnap me," and Lamb knocks her out. Next scene is the kitchen scene where everyone is tied up and forced to eat human meat, gross, against their will. And Shelley throws a knife on the floor to free herself, and she makes a run for it, and it takes her 6 years to open the door, and Lamb grabs her. First of all, that makes no sense. She was on the ground floor, yet it took her that long to unlock a door, and then she still got caught. Liz was upstairs, so it makes sense that it took her longer, but she was still able to make a run for it all the way to the abandoned building whilst Lamb was chasing her. Shelley is killed by the Lamb. Carla gets angry at Mary for creating a monster that's capable of killing people. Just listen to this dialogue. I cringed during this scene because of how bad the writing is in this movie.
We did nothing, Jesus, man, you turned your fucking son into a fucking killing machine! Do you know how hard it was? He's got his issues for sure, but I kept him on the straight and narrow. Do you know how I did that? I slapped him! And I slapped him! And abused him, you're fucking cruel and vindictive, and you used and abused him. You know fucking what? He isn't the fucking monster you are. You're the fucking monster. You fucking bitch!
Lamb refuses to kill Carla for some reason under Mary's orders, and when Mary is not looking, Carla kills Mary, but we don't really see her kill Mary because the screen just goes to black, so I don't know. Lamb sees his mother's dead body and gets angry, so he goes out looking for Carla. Carla makes a run for it into the woods, and you hear Lamb go bam as he's on the loose. Carla keeps running until she reaches a car. The car stops, Carla gets inside, and it starts driving away. And that's it, guys. That's the end of the movie. I wish I was making this up. That's how the movie ends. This movie felt rushed, especially with that ending. Almost like they didn't know how to end it. Do you know what this ending reminds me of? It reminds me of my dog face review. They also had a rushed ending as well, like they ran out of ideas. So this movie sucked really badly. The ending felt so rushed that I started laughing uncontrollably for about 3 minutes afterwards. No joke. It was such a ridiculous way to end the movie that I couldn't even take it seriously. Carla is terrible as a podcaster or reporter, whatever her occupation was in this movie. She's supposed to be leading this investigation, but she constantly has no idea what she's doing. She drags the team into dangerous situations without a proper plan, and somehow thinks exploiting people's tragedy is a good way to save her show and prevent her from working at Tesco's. You're working at Tesco's now, by the way. Her team are a bunch of pussies who are scared to go into a house, but honestly I can't really blame them because I probably would do the same thing too, where I would not want to go into a house that is abandoned. The difference is they act like they're brave investigators, but the second thing gets creepy. The second things that get creepy, they completely fall apart. Shelley is easily one of the biggest cowards out of them all. She somehow is even worse than me when it comes to being a pussy for weird shit going on. Every decision she makes is frustrating, and she spends most of the movie panicking. Everyone else is just as annoying because they are gullible and have no personality, and I feel like they're only there to just fill space. Like, Shelley doesn't really do anything in this movie. She's a researcher, but she just doesn't really do anything. She just kind of just spends most of the time just worrying and just being a pussy which is just annoying half the time. The two characters who keep shagging are honestly one of the biggest problems with the movie. They add nothing to the story, constantly get in the way and make the movie drag. It feels like the film doesn't know what to do with them, so it just keeps putting them in scenes together. Miss Hooley's mother is a creepy because even though she's annoying too, she actually has personality and she has this unsettling energy that makes you uncomfortable because you never know what she's going to do. She feels like a proper horror character, but it's one of those cases that I felt like her character could have been executed better. Then you have Lamb, who should have been the terrifying villain of the movie. Instead, he's just a person wearing a lamb mask, and there's nothing interesting about him. He has no real presence, no personality, and no intimidation factor. The movie tries to make him scary, but he ends up being one of the weakest parts. The whole concept had potential in the beginning, then they fucked it up, and then it was executed terribly at the end. The characters are frustrating, the pacing is slow, the investigation feels pointless, the ending feels like the writer ran out of ideas. Instead of being a creepy horror movie, it becomes like a boring mess with few ridiculous moments that are more funny than scary. Would I recommend this movie? No, absolutely not. I wouldn't even show this to an actual lamb at a farm. It would run a mile the minute I showed them this movie. One good thing I could say about this movie, at least I wasn't bored shitless like I was in my last movie review, Three Blind Mice. That shit was boring, but this one was actually entertainingly bad, but at least I could actually laugh at a few jokes and not fucking be bored shitless. So yeah, that's it guys. If you like this review, let me know, and thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.